How's it going, everybody? This is my little uh, blog deal for I guess it'd be part two, or not really part two, but it's this one is about how not how to raise kids, or but it's about kids. Um, I was looking at the battery thing. Um, it's it's crazy. You People don't make their kids mind these days. They want to be the kids' friends. They want to be their best buddies. And and then they're and this that's one of the things that's going wrong with this country is that everybody is not made to mind, and they're everybody's little spoiled brats. It's basically boils down to it. Back to what we was talking about a while ago on the economy. Spoiled brats, yep. The kids will tell their moms and dad no, and they think it's cute. A little kid will throw a fit in the store, and they think it's cute. Look at him, he's just as cute as a bug in the rug. Well, the kid might be cute, but him throwing a little fit in the floor is not cute. And the kid showing disrespect to the parents or elderly or anything like that, or elders, I guess, that's not good. Because if they can't if they can't respect their parents and grandparents, then they're not going to respect people out in the world. It's aggravating to me to see even a grown person do it, but when you see a kid walking and they won't run up to open the door for a lady or a elderly couple or anything like that, and I'm very fortunate the way we've raised our kids. They will take that extra effort to do stuff like that, and they enjoy doing it, and they don't want anything in return. They don't, Mama, did you see what I did, Mama? Or Daddy, did you see what I did? They just do it because they want to be the nice person and do that stuff. That's common. That goes into courtesy and manners and stuff like that. But if you teach your kids manners, then they will have manners. That the girl with the sequoia that we was talking about in the economy deal, she had them kids that we was literally standing in line waiting on her, and the woman said, "Well, I gotta go get something else." She went back to go get something else, and I said, I understand that. I'm a very patient guy. I can really handle stuff like it. But the kids would run up there and say, "Well, how much is this?" And then she'd say, and they'd run back, and they'd run back. And then the little girl, she was probably, 4 or 5, she said that she wanted something, and the mama told her no, and she said, well, she's getting it anyway, and she got it. Well, she said, now don't open that till you get home. She said, well, I'm opening it now. Like that, and looked at me and smiled. I didn't think it was cute. She was used to thinking that people think it was cute. Well, she opened it right there in the store. She was trying to show everybody in line. And
the mom even started playing with the toy too.
Yeah, and the mom played with the toy too, even after she told her not to open it. So she got home. And a lot of people think, "Oh, that's petty. That's just it's just a toy. She's just 4 or 5. Just okay. Well, when does she have to start minding? When she comes 18, it's too late then." Then the lady, okay, I'm using her for example because it was an extreme case. I'm talking the whole store was like, wow. The lady said the kids and the little girl totally was talking back to the mom, and the mom was just kind of blowing it off, like it was no big deal because it happens all the time apparently. And the lady that worked there, she said I wouldn't let my kids talk to me like that. It was really getting to her, and she said, "Oh, I'm a firm believer in punishment," and she said I've got something at home that they're really gonna get. You and me both know that them kids ain't gonna get spanked when they get home. Why wait till you get home? Spank them right there. Whenever they disrespect you and tell you no, you stop right there and say, no, I don't think so. You're not even getting a toy. I mean, you don't have to get a toy every time you go to Walmart or go to Dollar General or whatever. There's, that they get that in their head. Well, we're going to the store, so I have to get something. No, you don't have to. We're just going to the store. Have you done? A lot of kids need to realize, uh, it's not all about toys and stuff like that. Which my kids have toys. I don't keep them from having toys. It's just they don't get a toy every time they go to the store. And they also if they've been bad, they don't get a toy. And I just it's very aggravating to see parents treat their kids like that. And to me, I love my kids. And I've got a coworker. I said something to his kids was like acting bum crazy one day, and I seen him, and I said, "You spank your kids?" He said, "Oh no, I love my kids." I was like, "Wait a minute, what's that got to do with love?" I said, "Well, you would think you'd want to make them mine because you did love them, because you'd want them to be raised up right and to grow up and to be right, great, respectful, adults." And he said, "Well, I just can't do that. It breaks my heart to spank them." Oh, okay. Well, I've got one little girl and I've got four boys, and well, my little girl, of course, everybody knows it. She's my little girl. Well, whenever I have to spank her, it really breaks my heart. But I do it because I want her to grow up and to be a great adult. And anybody that's ever been around my kids know that they're great kids, and it's because they've been raised right. Now, there's been some spoiling in different areas, like grandmas and stuff. I'm not going to point no fingers. But, kids will get spoiled from different areas, and I won't have any effect on it. Or, I won't be able to control that. And, but anyway, I'm not just totally bragging about my kids. They're not, there will be kids, and they do get in trouble, and they do this, but not too long ago, probably about a year ago, my little daughter was sitting there doing something, and I told her to do something, and she said no. And just as soon as she said no, she realized who she was talking to, and she just instantly you could see the fear in her face, because she knew that she had messed up. That's the first time she'd ever told me no. She knew better to tell me no. And I tore her up too. And I've got a 16-year-old that, a lot of kid people say, well, he's 16-year-old, you can't spank him, you can't do this. I've heard people say, well, you can't tell him what to do. He's 16. Oh, yes, I can. He's living in my house. He's 16-year-old. He's my responsibility, and God has put him in my hands to raise him up the best I can. And I'm gonna do it till the day he's not in this house, and he'll always be my kid. And if he ever comes around me and disrespects me, or an elderly person or something like that, then I'll put him in his place, and that's kind of my job, as a parent, and it's not to spoil them and to give them everything they want. It's and it's not all about material possessions. Like um, you know, a lot of people. Well, I want to give little Johnny a big fancy house, and I want to give little Johnny a new fancy car, and I want to give little Johnny this, and I want to get little Johnny the best college he can get, and but yet you'll fail in all other departments. Well, I didn't tell little Johnny it's wrong to lie to people. I didn't tell little Johnny that that you shouldn't smart off to people and be a smart aleck, and to be nice and be gentle and kind, and giving. And today's it seems like it's getting so bad that kids just and like talk. The way I've raised my kids is if a parent or an adult talks to them, say hi, how are you? They are to answer. Now, the whole stranger thing kind of kicks in a little bit, but a lot of times you talk to a kid nowadays, they won't say a word. Parent be standing there, and the parent will say, like if you give them something, the parent will say, you tell him thank you. Oh well, he's just shy. He won't say thank you. He don't like talking at all, or something like that. Well, no, you need to make the kid say thank you, because then eventually, if you tell him to do that enough, he'll do it automatically, and you won't have to tell him. And then whenever he gets older and somebody gives him something, they'll say thank you. And did you have anything? But anyway, there's people need to really learn to teach their kids, and they to say that they ain't got no control over them when they all the time. Well, I can't tell my kid or control my kids. Oh, well, that's your problem, because they're your kids and you should have control of them. So, well, I'm not around them all the time. Well, no, they got to go to school. I understand that, but if you're allowing them to go to school and just do whatever, like if they've got a car or something like that. Well, I don't know where they go after school. That's your problem right there too. You've got to deal with that. They're to go to home, straight home or whatever. And what you want to say? She's giving me this big grin. But anyway, there's people need to really wake up and teach your kids. There's more to life than PlayStations and stuff like that. People want to play their kids in front of a PlayStation and video movies and stuff like that, and let SpongeBob raise them instead of teaching them things, the right thing. Because SpongeBob ain't gonna teach you nothing but SpongeBob stuff. And anyway, that's my view. There's more to it. I could go on and on and on and on, but this is like at 13 minutes. And anyway, I just kind of wanted to throw a few things out there. And it's getting late. It's nearly midnight, I think. So, good night. And if you want to comment on this, I can continue this in other videos. But if you want to add to it by making comments, don't no vulgar stuff. You're entitled to your opinions, and I know everybody's not gonna see eye to eye to me. But and no vulgar stuff. If you're telling me that you ought to go die and crap like that, I'll just delete the comment. Be sensible about it, because if you say a bunch of ignorant stuff, it's just going to prove everything that I'm saying, that if you ain't taught right, you're going to talk like that. But anyway, that's it for tonight, and I'll probably do more tomorrow night. If y'all got a topic you'd like for me to talk about, like if you want to see how I view things, just tell me, and I'll try to talk about it, because I like to talk sometimes. Alright, bye. Love me. Yeah, I'll turn this off eventually. Bye.